Hello! Hello, we are live. Hi, everyone. Thank you for tuning in today. My name is Luville. I'm based here in Alberta, Canada, where it is now 7 a.m., October 9th, Sunday, for another live episode of Weekend Bytes, your weekend go to guide on digital business and more. And ladies,
Yes, yes,
yes,
Louise. It's 9 p.m. It's 9 p.m. here in the Philippines. So I'm Mel. So I'm an accountant by profession, a foodie, a wife, a pet mom, and also a proud digital business owner and mentor for more than 2 years now. Coming to you live from Manila.
And hello everyone, it's 5 p.m. here in Dubai, UAE. My name is Liz and I am also a fur mom. I'm an OFW for more than 14 years in the retail and distribution industry and also a proud digital business owner and mentor for more than 2 years now. Hello, and thank you for joining us.
Yes. Hello. Good evening from Manila. I'm Ayin. I'm a wife, I'm a mom, and a digital entrepreneur. Turning 3 years this week. and
yay! Happy Anib!
yes, thank you. And being a digital entrepreneur, it's very fulfilling for me. And we also want others to experience that. All the benefits and perks of being one. So there. Good evening, everyone.
Yes. So may morning, may pahapon, at may may gabi na. All right. So during our season 1 here in Weekend Bites, we've shared with you our backgrounds, how we became entrepreneurs, and we also touched on who can become entrepreneurs. So sino nga ba? Naniniwala kami na ang isang entrepreneur, hindi ka lang ba ipinanganak or yung sinasabi nilang nasa dugo, 'di ba? An entrepreneur can be made. So this time around, in this episode, we will try to share with you what it takes to be an entrepreneur. Ano ba yung mga traits na or qualities na kailangan natin i-nurture, i-develop para magtagumpay tayo sa pagnenegosyo. So to those who are watching us, kung nagbabalak kayong magnegosyo or you're already running your own businesses, please stick around, join our chikahan, leave your questions or comments sa ating comment section. Let's get started.
Yes, thank you, Loville. So, first muna, ang ating unang-unang characteristic, a successful entrepreneur should have a vision and he or she must be committed. So, but first and foremost, tingnan muna natin, you should ask yourself what made you start your business and what's your purpose. Because every successful endeavor starts with a strong why. Kasi yung vision naman, it's for the future. So what do you want to achieve in your business in the long run? So I think it's an image of how you see your business's future. And it's very important because if you have a vision, if clear yung vision mo, it will provide you with a sense of direction in the business. And I think it also helps you channel your energy in the things that matter. Kung may, for example, may bagay or issues sa business na hindi naman makakatulong sa'yo, divert your energy or attention to the things that will help you reach your goals and keep you on track with your vision. So, yung vision nyo, it will help you plan and come up with actionable goals. Actually, timely din siya sa amin kasi di ba, as I mentioned earlier, we are turning 3 years in the business. And looking back, and when I asked myself, why did I even check out the business and why did I even decided to be digital entrepreneur? And that time, I didn't want to leave my daughter's side, especially parang turning 2 pa lang siya doon. And that time, I realized we were a growing family. And reality is, being stewards of our children, we have responsibility to provide them not just our time, but also yung answer their financial needs. So we don't want our careers to be a hindrance to build a happy and healthy family as well. So yun, we started our business and I became a full-time digital entrepreneur. So at first, just like you ladies here, ako for more on our family yung goal namin, yung first goal dito namin in the business. But as the time passes, we when we talk to families, parents na may similar na challenges noon, like our family, and they also wished for their families good future, being able to spend time with their kids, it became part of our vision for every family to have that freedom to always choose their family no matter what the circumstance through digital entrepreneurship. So when we remember our whys and vision, it becomes your fuel kasi pag yun yung iniisip mo. And this will help us stay committed in achieving our short and long-term goals kahit na magkaroon pa ng tough time sa business, which is very normal, right? So yun, we dedicate our time, effort, and heart into the business. So that's what important. And yun yung first and foremost na characteristic ng isang digital successful business owner. Yan.
Yes.
Ayan, oo
Super
nga.
agree.
So that's a very great start to our list of characteristics. No, thanks, Ayin, for your insight. So I would like to add the second characteristic that every successful entrepreneur is being tolerant. Ayan. So bakit natin nasabi that it's very important? Kasi, di ba, like all entrepreneurs, everybody going into a business, there will be associated risks. Kasi, di ba, there are investments that you need to do in terms of time, in terms of money, in terms of efforts. And of course, you need to be able to make sure that, you are ready to face all of these risks. Di ba? Sabi nga ng Facebook founder, Facebook is one of our mostly used platform, especially in this type of business that we're doing. Sabi ka ni paring Mark, di ba? Alam niyo,
Yes, close.
Talaga.
the biggest risk is not taking any risk. In a world that's changing so quickly, the only strategy that is guaranteed to fail is not taking any risks. Ayan. So parang sabi nga niya, di ba? There's always an associated risk with any endeavor, whether it's a business, it's a personal choice, di ba? But we need to make calculated risks. Hindi naman tayo basta-basta lang sasabak sa isang business, isang negosyo, na hindi natin alam kung ano yung papasukin natin, di ba? But we need to be ready for any possible failure that might happen, di ba? So, siguro the important thing to learn from here is that what should we make of that failure? Should we let it, make us disheartened, mawalan ba tayo ng kumpiyansa sa sarili natin? Or should we make it as a stepping stone for success? Diba? I think it's better to use those failures as lessons. Ma-apply natin yung mga lessons na yon into maybe our next strategy in the same business or maybe in another type of business. Diba? Kasi for us, for example, kami ni Ian, wala kaming business background before we started this digital business. So talagang this is the first type of business that we've dealt with. And of course, with any new learnings, diba, there are things that maybe you could have done differently. But sabi nga natin, as an entrepreneur, we are ready to take those risks in. Ayan. So,
Yes.
some risks give your business a competitive advantage and increase your chances of success. Siguro ang thought process natin as successful entrepreneurs is that, what if it doesn't work? Diba? Hindi ganon. Ang question natin is, what if it works? Ayan. So that is our second characteristic.
Ask the right questions, no?
Yeah, that's true.
Yes. Tsaka, na-realize din namin na parang, yung pagiging risk taker, it comes with the job description ng pagiging entrepreneur eh. Hindi nawawala.
Agree.
Yeah. And it's something that is being learned. Hindi siya yung, like, in my case, hindi ako risk tolerant masyado. Risk averse ako given my profile and also yung background ko din. But I think maganda yung minention mo, Liz, about investment. Kasi it's not just about investing your time and money and even in the business. It's also about investing in yourself. And I think that the third trait, nabubulol ako sa trait at third. So the third trait is that, tongue twister, medyo mouthful siya. So the third one is having a growth mindset. Kasi, di ba, daming PH. So, growth mindset. So, I think yun yung isang topic that is almost all-encompassing. But I think what we can do at first is, ano ba yung growth mindset? How do we differentiate it with a fixed mindset or a crab mentality mindset? So, with a fixed mindset, the usual thinking is, alam ko hindi ko kaya to kasi I know myself, I'm not risk tolerant, I don't have business background, I'm not social media savvy. But when you differentiate that with a growth mindset, instead of saying, I know I cannot because I have these personalities that I have innate with me, growth mindset then enables you to say that I know I can improve because I know I can learn these things. I know that it's an opportunity that I can take where I can invest in myself, develop myself. So I think yun yung distinction when it comes to being an entrepreneur and being a non-entrepreneur. And one of the things that can be differentiated as well from a growth mindset is yung crab mentality. Somehow connected siya with a fixed mindset. Kasi when you have a community of business owners, minsan 'di ba hilahan pababa. When you see, when you start comparing yourself with others, sometimes you would think na, oh, bakit siya ganyan? Bakit ganito, ganyan? What I'm grateful for in this community is hindi siya ganon. So people actually lift each other up. So yun yung I think one mature characteristic of having a growth mindset. And then the third aspect about growth mindset, medyo na-mention to ni Liz kanina eh. It's about failures. Kasi I think when you are an entrepreneur, kailangan ready ka with rejection. Not everyone will welcome your idea. Not everyone will have an open mind when it comes to your idea. So I think yun yung isang important of a successful entrepreneur. Siguro si paring Mark, many times na siyang na-reject, di ba? And so many other tycoons have been rejected. But look at where they are at now, di ba? So sometimes it also requires some maturity and thick-skinned in a way to accept rejection and learn to process the lessons from that experience. Di ba?
Yes.
Ayan.
Ayan.
Read muna tayo natin mga comments, Mel.
Oo nga. Let's see kung sumagot si paring Mark sa shoutout. Sige, let's see at the comments. Eto, si paring Christian ang nandito. Hello from Dubai. And then we also have Joanne. Hi, ladies.
Hello.
Hi,
Hi,
Joanne.
Joanne.
And then we have JC. Good evening. Watching from Perth, Australia. Hello. Good evening
Hi,
there.
JC
Hi,
Caridad.
JC.
And then Krista. Hi, Krista. Hello,
Hi,
ladies.
Krista.
And then
Hi,
there,
Mm,
meron pa ba tayong iba? Ayan, JC. So learnings are gold nuggets we can get even from our failures, yes. Mostly natututo tayo with failures than successes. That's true. Kasi we
Very
learn
true.
best from experience, ika nga.
Yes, true.
So ano pa ba yung ibang traits that we have? I think we mentioned 7, no?
Yes.
yes.
Fourth one. Are we on the fourth already? Yes. Importante din na a good entrepreneur needs to be a self-starter. Kasi, ibig sabihin lang no na you take the initiative, ikaw mismo. Kasi when you're an entrepreneur, ayan, nabubulol na din. When you're an entrepreneur, you are your own boss, di ba? Your own cheerleader, your own HR, your own admin na din. You have to rely on yourself when it comes to business directions, pati na din day-to-day operations, especially for those running home-based businesses or solopreneurs like us, ikaw talaga lahat eh. So as a self-starter, kailangan alam mo kung ano yung mga opportunities ba that you have to seize, yung i-grab mo for your business to grow, for your or the projects that you should do, that you should undertake for your business to grow. Ikaw mismo, you don't wait for others to come and help you do it. You don't wait for others to encourage you to do it. Kasi, business mo yun eh. Malay ba nila, di ba? So, you have to be a self-starter. You have to take the initiative to grow your business, to run your business. Alam mo kung ano yung kailangan mong gawin without being asked, without being encouraged by others. Lead your business, lead your projects, lead your goals, your day-to-day activities. So, alam mo din na as a self-starter, as a motivated self-starter, you recognize when things get hard, it can be a challenge, but it will help you grow as an entrepreneur. It will make your business stronger. And as a self-starter, you don't need to have a formal education to become a successful entrepreneur. So, kahit na, and you can see, i-google mo lang, a lot of the world's most successful entrepreneurs don't have degrees or formal training ba, formal qualifications. What they do have is a desire to learn, to grow, to develop themselves, to change their lives, no? Solve a problem. And again, ko-connect yun sa mga na-discuss na natin, na vision, di ba? Your vision, you are a risk taker, your growth mindset, connected lahat-lahat yan. But again, you need to be a self-starter. You need to take the initiative. Hindi lang basta nagbayad ka ng course, di ba? Magigets mo na yun. After nun, you'll get a job or you get a freelance or something. Nagbayad ka for the use of a platform for your business. Automatic na yon. You get results, you get hindi eh. You have to work on it. Hindi siya guaranteed agad. Again, you have to be a risk taker. You have to be risk tolerant. Kasi alam mo na hindi lahat ng tools ba o ng system will work right away for you. You have to do the work.
Yeah, and that's a good point kasi systems and processes, pwede mo siyang i-automate pero you still have to actually do it for
Do
you
it.
and make it work for you, di ba? Hindi
Walang
naman siya
ibang
magra-run on its own without actually saying things to do it, di ba?
Yeah, that's true. And siguro one thing that na mention ni Level is yun nga, you even though that there's processes nga, you still have to work on it. And being a self-starter, it also has to come from you. Hindi naman business mo yan. Alam nga naman, kahit may coach and mentor ka, sila ang gagawa nun for you, di ba? Although there are coaches and mentors that are there to support you, kung wala ka namang ginagawa on your own, ano yung susuporta sa iyo, di ba? Kaya initiative is really, really important din. Yan. Okay, let's go to the fifth characteristic, which is being resourceful. Ayan. So, itong pagiging resourceful, I think common trait din to for all, for most entrepreneurs. Pero siguro what we want to emphasize here is, the attitude of out of the box thinking, di ba? Generation of new ideas, the ability to visualize the all possible ways to achieve your desired results. Kasi for example, you are only a startup entrepreneur, di ba? Hindi naman lahat meron pang funding, hindi naman lahat available yung resources mo. So you really have to find ways paano mo mapapagana yung business mo even with those challenges or limitations, di ba? So, possessing a resourceful mindset requires you to stay positive kahit na minsan, di ba? Dumadaan tayo sa panahon na minsan na panghihinaan tayo ng loob. Pero having that resourcefulness and siguro yung contribution na rin ng growth mindset, alam mo that there is a solution to every problem and every problem is actually an opportunity. Diba, dyan nga nadi-discover yung mga bagong innovations in technology kasi entrepreneurs in the many years ago, sino yung mga billionaires ngayon? Because they were resourceful. Diba? For example, in the type of business that we are, diba? One example of being resourceful is how we are leveraging the power of social media and the internet. Diba? For example, in advertising, maybe if we have limited budget, maybe we do go lives or we leverage our business pages because we already have an active following, diba? So these are some of the things that us as business owners turn to na hindi natin kailangang gamitin yung resources na wala tayo. Diba? So being resourceful means getting the best of what we have, even if we have limited. Ayan. So siguro one thing then that natutunan ko dito sa community natin in terms of being resourceful is getting advantage of free trials, sa mga apps na discover, di ba? May mga free trial naman. We don't always have to pay for everything that we need. 30 days free trial, 7-day free trial. Look into it, di ba? And if you think that's something you can use and you can afford, then enroll in it. If not, thank you sa free trial, di ba?
Wag lang kalimutang mag-cancel, no?
Yeah, calendar yan kasi baka mag-auto-pay.
Oo. Plus, you can almost Google anything these days.
True,
diba?
true.
So, part
Google
of our
is your
resources.
friend.
It's our best friend.
Yes. Oo,
Diba?
tsaka,
And, Mm-mm.
It also helps if you go over and beyond yung kung anong meron ka. Like, if you're relying on a book, if you're relying on a training site, relying on a mentor, relying on a coach, it also helps na sa sarili mo, 'di ba? Research ka din ng iba pang sagot, iba pang
Yeah.
angulo, iba pang approach.
Mm.
Madaming mapagkukuhaan ng mga information.
True.
Correct. That's one trait of successful entrepreneurs, 'di ba? And related to being resourceful is also being adaptable, 'di ba? Hindi siya yung how would I say it? When you are adaptable, hindi ka yung medyo related din siya actually with the fixed mindset. Hindi ka stuck with the traditional thinking na, let's say for example, we have a lot of traditional business owners in the community and they did the traditional advertising before, word of mouth or giving out flyers or even doing radio and TV advertisements. But what we've learned in our previous years as digital business owners and what we've shared as well in the past episode is that we can actually harness a lot of tools and technology nowadays, like for example leverage social media and other online platforms. So these are things that can be learned and we also need to adapt kasi pag hindi tayo nag-adapt, we will just be left behind with all the technology that's coming in and we're not able to make the most out of the time that we're actually spending on social media anyway, right? So yun yung isang magandang successful trait of successful entrepreneurs kasi they continuously adapt and they also continuously learn. So aside from learning for the business, they also learn for themselves. So yun, being adaptable, that's one thing that is very important for successful entrepreneurs.
Yes. Ayan. So, dito na tayo sa huli natin. So, the last
Which is very
is
important.
one of the most essential characteristics of a successful entrepreneur, you must be resilient. So yan, in any business naman, may mga challenges yan, like what you've said earlier, ladies. May mga unpleasant naman mga nangyayari. Hindi madali. Kasi if madali yan, lahat na tayo siguro milyonaryo, di ba? So, an entrepreneur must recognize that these challenges and failure they are just part of any business. So, yun yung talagang dapat i-recognize mo na part siya. Kasi pag hindi mo ni-recognize every failure, parang malulugmok ka na lang, di ba? So, excuse me, yun. So, being resilient, it's the capacity to bounce back from different difficult situations. Pag hindi ka kasi resilient, you break down easily when faced with adversity. And na-experience ko to kasi minsan you see failure as an end point. Yung tingin mo parang, ay, nag-fail ako, wala na akong magagawa, wala ka ng options. Super relate ako sa ganon. Kasi ganon ako noon. Ngayon, still learning, but at least improving through this business. Kasi sometimes you find yourself, you're just dwelling and sulking too much over failure. But what I learned in this business, isang common denominator of successful digital business owners in our community, hindi sila nag-give up talaga. So, I think we should allow ourselves to fail and dapat hindi tayo we shouldn't be too hard on ourselves pag nag-fail tayo. And to be successful entrepreneurs, ang view dapat natin sa failure, parang it will just give you an information about what doesn't work. More on learning talaga siya. Hindi siya yung end. You can still do something to make it work. Tapos, you use failure to come up with better solutions. Yun, makita ka ng better options. So, it's important din na after each failure, you just try and try. So, yun,
Yes,
kasama
bounce back.
yes, bounce back, di ba? Resilient, kailangan resilient ka and you should be also patient as well para ma-reach mo yung success. Dapat matyaga ka, dapat hindi ka madaling nag-give up, and you should work consistently on your business's success. So, baliwala yung vision mo, yung knowledge mo, yung why mo, if you're not resilient, consistent, and patient with yourself, isama mo yung sarili mo and your business. So,
Yes,
yon.
true. Kasi yung pagnenegosyo nga, parang roller coaster ride, 'di ba? Minsan chill pa lang, minsan, kaya gusto mo na bumaba, hindi pa, di bumaba.
Oo.
So you have to really you have to really stick with it, diba? Sabi nga natin sa ating mga coaching groups na the day you plant the seed is not the day you eat the fruits. So you just have to power through.
Yes, and nakalimutan ko, meron pala ako napanood last time sa TikTok. Maganda yung analysis niya. Para daw, ang entrepreneur daw, parang surfer ka. Pag surfer ka, pag may ano siya, waves ka, di ba? Parang you ride through the waves lang. So, sumakay ka lang dun sa waves. Tapos kung tumaas, pag bumagsak ka, tayo ka ulit. Tayo ka agad. And then, you expect na may dadating ulit na wave. And you just, kailangan lang ready ka and you just enjoy the ride, the journey. Parang ganun yung
It's really
yung napanood
nice.
sa
Yeah.
TikTok. Wow,
Ako, ang
maganda
naisip
yun.
ko agad, naku, surfer, I will also have surfer abs. I don't know.
And tan, di ba? Naka,
Balance, no?
oo. So, yun. Natuwa lang ako at
Surfer
na-share.
abs ang naisip ko.
Uy, pero pangarap ko yun. Gusto kong matutong mag-surf.
Ako din. Gusto ko matry. Makapag-LU.
Ay, LU, hindi pa ako nakapunta sa LU.
Ako din.
So, yun. There you go. Yun yung 7 characteristics of a successful entrepreneur. But before we end our episode, I think meron pa tayong mga comments.
Comments,
Let's check
yes.
first. Yes, from Joanne. The only failure is fear, as you mentioned, Mel, fear of rejection and all other fears. Yes, parang failure ka pag hindi ka nag-try ulit. Natakot ka mag-try ulit. Next is, hello, Rhea. Hello, ma'am. Hello.
Hi, Rhea.
Yan. From Joanne ulit, the opposite of success is not failure at all, but fear. Okay.
Okay.
And then from Nonoyski, to all business owners, don't let your learning don't
Into
let your
knowledge.
yes, turn into knowledge, but put into actions talaga. Yes, and monetize it. Kasi yung
Gamitin mo.
yes, if you don't apply it, wala din. Ayan, watching live daw si Nonoyski from his
Hi,
office.
Nonoyski.
Yan, UAE.
Mention ka lang before you go to the next comment, Ayin. Kasi I remember dyan sa comment ni Nonoisky, I've read somewhere, it's a good thing good quote, I guess, to somehow end this episode with. Sabi niya, the difference between wisdom and knowledge. Kasi knowledge is just learning about things and, just keeping it in your mind. But wisdom is actually putting that knowledge into action. So, yun yung parang distinction na binigay niya.
Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you,
Very
Mel. Ayan. Si Angel din, nanonood. Hello, ladies.
Hi,
Good
Mami
evening.
Angel.
Yan, yes na yes sa pag-bounce back.
Yeah, and bounce back better, no?
Yes. And parang improved version 2.0 like
Or 3.0. Kahit
Like the
ilang versions pa yan, basta
yan.
parang iOS lang yan di ba? Nag-upgrade siya.
Yes, may versions. Tama kung technology nga, di ba nag-upgrade tayo pa kaya?
Yes.
Yan. So yan. And then, Joanne, thanks for sharing these characteristics. I will apply it. Yes. Thank you, Joanne. Thank you everyone for engaging.
Ayan, so thank you guys for tuning in and thank you all ladies for sharing these 7 traits. So just as a quick wrap up, sabi nga ni Leville at the beginning of this episode that entrepreneurs are not born, they are made, diba? So if you feel like you have some of these characteristics or you feel like you want to have these characteristics or you want to nurture and develop it, we encourage you to do so. Diba? So in our business community, these are some of the traits that we, try to learn a little bit more every day, even though we've been in the community for 2 years or 3 years or longer, I assure you that our personal development are consistent all throughout. Ayan. So if you are somebody who wants to also be an entrepreneur, you don't really know until you try. So we are here to encourage you to support you on your journey of entrepreneurship. And for those who are also interested to check out more about the type of entrepreneurship that we are in, we will be flashing our website towards the end of this video so you can reach out to us. You can learn more about this business that we are running. And once you subscribe to our website, once you register your name and email address, then you will get all the information that we will share with you, and you can also catch one of our live webinars or our replay. Ayan. So some of the information videos actually tell you more about entrepreneurship. So we hope you look forward to that.
Yes.
Ayan. So this is it for episode 2 of our Weekend Bites. We hope you learned something new. We hope you learned something from us and we're able to give value to the time that you spent with us. We hope to see you on the next episode. This is us signing off for today. Thank you, everyone. See you next
Bye.
time.
Bye. Thank you.